Hi, Jule. So what we're making is called hot cocoa bombs. So what we have here, these is melted chocolate in a bowl. These were frozen, so now they're hard. And Soren has already popped them out of the mold.
And I'm gonna pop another one.
So they're hollow on the inside. And we're going to put them together. And we're going to fill them with mini marshmallows and a hot cocoa mix right here.
Right.
And so when you put them in hot milk, then the chocolate dissolves and opens up, and you have the cocoa powder inside, the hot chocolate mix inside, and the mini marshmallows inside, and then you have hot chocolate.
And as you can see right here, it's when you have like a rubber mold, you can pop it out like that. And
do you want to do another one?
yeah.
And beautiful.
Then you gotta slowly push.
Do you guys? Okay, so this is not just only rubber. Do you remember the other name for this?
Silicone.
Yeah, say it again, Liesl.
It's silicone molds.
Silicone.
Silicone.
Alright, as you can see, I've popped all of mine out. So now I'm going to get approximately 1 tablespoon of hot cocoa mix.
I say you just fill it as full as it'll go.
Then I'm gonna pretty much just put that into there and smooth that out a little bit. Then maybe put in a couple of marshmallows. I'm gonna do about 3. And then from here you can just be creative. And let's see what else.
And right now we're heating a plate up. And what we're going to do, you're going to take the lid and you put it face down on the hot plate so the chocolate right here melts, and then you're going to stick it on top and it's going to harden together like that.
We're doing Liesl.
Okay, so right here, this is the hot plate. And Soren's going to take, Soren, you want to do this?
Yeah, just a sec.
He's going to take the top and put it on there. Careful.
Oh, okay. What else did you put in there?
So I just put like
These chocolate
curls. So even though it's already all chocolate, I just like mine to be really chocolatey.
Okay, so what are you doing here?
So now I'm going to place these edges on the warm plate.
Can just swirl around a
technically.
little bit.
All right. Then it just, actually I'm going to do a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
It just kind of melted into it. So from this,
Get
it
on
just
there quickly.
created a warm, kind of melted it.
And we're going to have that there, and we're going to seal it up with melted chocolate a little later.
All right. There we go. And then basically just created a ball. And then you repeat the process from there. I'll do a little bit less.
Mm-hmm.
This is our first batch, so we're still learning a little bit.
So a little bit less on.
It smells very chocolatey.
Did the hot plate work?
Yeah.
The plate's pretty hot. I checked it with my fingers. It melted my fingers a little bit.
Alright, I'm gonna get some of these.
That's for the top, though.
Oh.
Yeah, it's Soren's. He could do whatever he wants. It's
All right.
his own.
So what do you have here, Soren?
So now I'm getting like little sugar crystals.
Little sprinkles.
You want to get some on your hand and show us what they look like?
Yeah. There we go.
Okay,
little sprinkles. And then these ones are green. So red and green are Christmas colors.
So it might end up dissolving, but whatever. All right. I want to take this, melt it. Right on there.
Okay.
Place it in there. All right, and voila.
Okay. And we can see that there's little cracks. What are we going to do to seal those cracks up?
So after I fill all these up, we're gonna melt some chocolate chips or you can do any type of chocolate chunks really, and then we're going to paint on a seal around these cracks, and that way it'll be a little bit neater.
And this is what we're going to be melting right here. They're chocolate chips.
You want to show us what they look like? Take some out. Smells so chocolatey.
Yeah, it's just a shame that you can't have some.
Snacking on them as we go.
That's how you do it. Make sure it tastes okay. Maybe I'd gone stale. All right, this plate's starting to get a little bit cooler.
Make sure it's on straight. It doesn't look straight.
It's not really big enough. Make sure you don't want to melt it too much or the top's going to be a lot smaller than the bottom.
Good enough.
Oh.
All right.
Oh, hold on. When I put it in the chocolate seal. I'll move that away.
So, Soren, I'm wondering if we should get started on.
Look at that.
Melting chocolate.
Yes, because here's the question: is it clean from last night? Because we might need to clean it before we, and then dry it totally before we can.
Yeah.
Sneaking chocolate.
Made sure that the edges are nice and flat. So
How thick did you make yours, Diesel?
I made mine pretty thick. There. So it'll fit together. Perfect little ball. And then we're just popping them out like this. Kind of peeling the edge away from it.
It's nice, Conrad. Yeah, it's nice.
It's pretty messy on the inside, but on the outside it's nice and smooth and shiny.
The area that's soaked is pretty clean. But the sides.
So get some, some hot water, and soap, and we gotta clean that thing out. It would have been best if it was cleaned properly last night. So we did these molds last night. We're gonna do another batch so you can see how we do this part. The method of melting it, we call it a double boiler.
So we're doing a little less than a tablespoon in each. So like a spoonful of the hot cocoa mix in each.
I would recommend making it more full than that.
I'm doing more marshmallows.
But the marshmallows can fill up into the top. because the dome
And
part
I'm
will
gonna
be
put
empty.
more on top of the marshmallows. It's fine, Soren.
I didn't say it's not fine. I cannot wait to put that in hot milk.
Switch on that turns the.
Here, so they're pretty full now. And then once they're done, we're going to put some more chocolate drizzled across on the top, and then some more chocolate curls, and some decorations to make it look pretty on the outside.
Here, I wonder if this is Daddy's power cord. Not mine. Maybe it'll work now. Maybe it just went dead.
And I'm just taking the extra chocolate on the sides, smearing it.
What are you eating, T-Bear?
She's eating.
Oh, sneaking the marshmallows.
Wiping some
Just
extra
like
chocolate.
the chocolate. I feel bad for you, Daddy.
There we go. Now, mine are done.
Like gently pushing.
Okay, Talia's taking hers out now. Gotta be really careful, we don't want these to break.
If you make the shells thick enough, they don't break.
What? They're so cute. They're really fun.
Yes. It's so, like the last pop is so satisfying.
That's all.
You might want to put this over like that so you can work with garlic.
I have a lot of jars that you can serve, like if you want to give them to people as gifts in jars, but we probably need to wash them.
Maybe
We could even do just a large load of dishes.
maybe when you and Ayana come over, I could like give you in the jar.
These are turning out so nicely, we're probably gonna have to do another
So what did you
batch.
want to show us, Liesl?
So right here, this is, I don't have it opened, but these are white chocolate chips, as you can see. So you can see the chocolate. This is what they look like. And we're going to drizzle them on the top of these. We're gonna drizzle it back and forth, so it'll be the white on the dark brown, and it'll look nice.
No, he's in San Marcos. Actually, he's in Escondido.
So, Ryan, I think your pot is warm enough now.
Flying fish.
Crimson
So, throw
down to low and start doing my thing like that. Should I use this one to clean it?
Should we get presents for them?
Sure. Last night.
When? Did they drop them by?
6 o'clock maybe?
Oh. I didn't know that.
There are only
Well, you weren't here yet.
Yeah, you guys need to make bombs for them.
Yeah, we're gonna make a lot of that. I think this is turning out so nicely.
Yeah, I know that the molds felt really loosey-goosey, but I think they're good.
Oh yeah. And I think
Now,
pretty good for our first.
I'll take it. I'll take pretty good. Take this. And then let's do.
It's all right. You probably fill them more.
And then do that. And then I'm gonna put more on top. Or it can fit. I have to wait for this to. I don't know if I get a towel, I'll play it back. Can I set this down on the counter?
Yeah.
Alright.
In fact, get it closer to the sink.
We can probably move this.
Alright, I'm gonna get a towel because I feel like it would. Tights.
Yeah, so my suggestion, Talia, is to fill it up, and then since there's a bunch of empty space, see, this will be the lid here.
Put marshmallows
Look.
on top.
So the lid here has a lot of space, so you can fill this part with the cocoa, then put the marshmallows on top, because they'll fit inside the lid.
I have an idea. You know how for Iona's one you should stick a block of butter because she loves butter so much. Alright, there we go. That should be good. Should do it.
Good job, Talia. Those look nice. Here, I'll get the
Alright.
plate.
I want to start pouring in.
Yeah, put most of the whole thing in there.
Oh, I gotta
That's
put
good.
the-
That's probably
where's
yeah, there you
the-
go. Good. Perfect. Perfect. And you don't need to make it a hole because there's a lot of space for the marshmallows in the lid.
Make sure you don't get your fingers on this. These hats.
Because if your powdered cocoa gets on the edges, then the lid won't melt to it.
Alright, is it this pot that I used for the duck water?
It's already out. It's over there. It's already out.
Oh.
It's got a little brush on it.
Oh, I see.
But it might need more water in it.
Just gonna do a little more marshmallows.
Yeah.
Um,
That's for you.
let's
Did not think that
Tali, set it down because your fingers will start melting the chocolate.
It's nice and thick, but
a
it'll
towel and look that up. When I do this. Crikey.
I'm just gonna do a little more powder.
Here comes the chocolate. It's fine.
There you go.
Alright, should I start frying the chips?
Good job.
Or I'm gonna do it
Okay, this plate's warm. It's ready for you.
Make sure you don't melt it too much, or else you're gonna end up having the lid be too.
No, it's got to be flat. It's got to be flat.
It can go
But-
with the chocolate.
Yeah, that's fine. Put it in the other chocolate.
Just put it in.
There you go.
Have it go for a little bit, and that's good.
There you go.
Oh darn it!
It's fine. You'll put on a seal. You can fix it. Well, look at mine. Like,
Were your fingers starting to melt the chocolate?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay. Yeah, that'll happen. That's okay.
That's good.
And on that one, you might need just a little more to melt it.
Alright, then can I start putting it in the chocolate chips?
Sure.
Alright.
Okay, good.
Hey, that's not you set sign. We have this that's already open.
Okay, should I pour it all?
Got it on.
Awesome. Okay, so now it's up to you if you want to try to like get a little bit of this chocolate and just kind of close up the holes. That's what Liesl was doing.
Yes, it's hot. you want to cover the bottom. The one's not covered, you can stop this. I'm gonna open this up, Tilly. Sorry.
Alright.
Were you okay doing that? I'm gonna try to stay focused on this.
Yeah.
So we want this.
I can do that as well.
And Charlie, don't rub it back and forth.
You guys look at.
You probably want to put like a glob on there.
Oh yeah.
This is definitely going in the grandparents' photo album. He looks like he's upside down, but he's not.
I'm gonna try to close up all those holes the best you can.
No, it's both. Your brother.
There's probably a more professional way to close up the seal, but we don't know it.
Well, the more professional way is to melt the chocolate, then paint it on.
It'll all end up nice in the end. So.
You know what? You're probably gonna have to wait till. Yeah, that one's gonna have a hole, I think.
And it's not like it has to be neat, it just has to hold together before we eat. Has to
I'm not gonna have it.
well, not you. We. Other people's. Not staying on it. So that was what I was smelling. I was smelling apple cider.
Is somebody making apple cider?
No, there's cinnamon next to him. But I also have an
Oh.
apple cinnamon pie.
So did I.
All right. You did it.
It smelled
Not
good.
yet.
It tasted good. Oh, I just got it.
I think that's good.
Seal it.
All right. Are you guys doing the double boiler?
Yeah.
Okay. So, what's underneath there, Soren?
So
It's
underneath
boiling
here
water.
is water.
Well, not boiling. It's
And then you're going to get another pot that slides over here and put your chocolate in there. And as you can see, it's already starting to melt.
and just stir it around until it melts
It
completely.
becomes a rich, creamy color.
Okay. So, looks like the chocolate is all melted, ready to start putting into the molds. Okay, so put those in the freezer for about a minute just to set the chocolate on there. And we're gonna start putting the chocolate into the molds again. Okay, so once your chocolate's ready, you don't have a lot of time until you need to start putting the chocolate into the molds.
Yeah, but the thing I disagree with here is I want to finish one thing at a time,
Yeah.
not like put it
Yeah, I get
together.
what you mean.
So I think it'd be nice to seal it. Then
So
go to
this is typically a brush that you use to like paint.
Basting brush
forward?
Yeah.
for putting a sauce on meat or something like that.
Could you move the chocolate forwards?
So I can
This
get the other
particular
side.
brush
Push.
is made out of silicone,
Ah,
so it can get really hot and not melt.
thank you, Dolly.
And it also doesn't hold yucky flavors.
So you want to bring it all the way up to the edges. You want to have nice thick edges so that it doesn't crumble when you take it out. And then you almost want to wipe it. In the end, you could see where I took a knife and I smeared it across. So then there's no extra chocolate on the edge right there once you're done. If you don't want that, it can help break the chocolate. You want to have it be a nice clean cut, and it'll be able to be put together like a puzzle piece. Sometimes you want to turn it around because you might miss some spots like right there where you can't see as well. You want to make sure you get everything coated. You don't want any holes.
And of course it doesn't have to be perfect because you do a second layering after putting it in the freezer. So that way after you get out of the freezer, you'll see any mess ups and be able to cover them.
So this is our second batch. First batch was quite successful.
Let's hope this is also successful.
It should be. Alright. A lot of fun to do. Get a nice big glob on the bottom.
Make sure that your sides are also fairly thick.
So as long as you have everything nice and thick, your biggest worry is that it's just gonna break. So
you put them on a plate.
a hot plate.
I'm gonna be doing this.
Don't get any chocolate on mine.
Yeah, I'm gonna come over there.
Because before it looked like you were supposed to use the melted parts and just rub your finger along it.
Yeah, that's what we did. That's what I did.
After,
You-
yeah, that's what I
You could
did too.
see Talia, she
I thought you were
has
supposed to do
the.
this.
I mean, you can do it. There's no specific technique. So right now, what we're doing, we literally are just doing what works best for us.
Soren's touching it up.
Sealing it nice.
Do we want to keep this burner?
Oh, you can turn it off, thank you.
Just going to drip some in the middle. Get those edges.
That's our share.
I need to stir them. That's for the decoration.
It's for the decor.
Yes. How are those new paintbrushes working, you guys?
Yeah. They're actually working very well. A lot better than like the bigger paintbrushes.
The other ones are just a bit bulky.
Yeah, then yeah.
So it seems like they're small paintbrushes that are just for normal painting work well too. If you have the paintbrushes too big, the chocolate gets really stuck in there. And it's just too bulky.
So this chocolate stays melted for quite a long time.
So after
Soren, you might not want to take too long. Sorry?
every time you put the chocolate on, you stick it in the freezer. So you want to have a spot cleared out in the freezer.
Yeah, a very good point. So we started this project by moving all of the frozen vegetables and the old leftover dinners. We had to move off to make a new shelf so that we could have lots of room to put these molds.
I am about done coating my molds.
Let's see what Lisa's
So
about to do.
I took a butter knife right here. As you can see, it's pretty messy along the sides. You don't want that. It can help break the chocolate once it's out of the mold. So you want to take the flat part of the knife, not the tip right here,
The blade.
but right here. You want to slide it across. So now you have a nice clean flat surface, and then just keep sliding it across.
You also might want to wipe it off.
Yeah, that's why we got paper towels right here. And it's okay if it's really thin right here. That's not going to do anything. Now once that's all done, you want to carefully take our molds and bring them to the freezer. So here's our shelf right here. Then just gonna slide it all the way to the back, and it doesn't take too long before it's frozen.
Doesn't have to be frozen, just has to turn hard.
So, could you, open it for you? So, right. Alright.
So do you mind moving real quick? Where's the white chocolate thingies? Oh, it's right there.
I've got this melted, but it's still. So as you can see right here, these are the hot chocolate bombs that I made. But it's just a little too thick to drizzle. So one option is to put a little bit of coconut oil in there, but it can change the consistency and the flavor. And so you might want to have it heated up a little more, but you want it to be able to drip, and then you're just going to slide it across right here to make a nice pretty pattern. So here's our toppings. We're going to use they're pretty much just red and green sprinkles. So we're going to put that on the top. And also optional, these are our chocolate curls. That's what Soren put inside his. So here's the paintbrush that I'm using. And it's best if it's small. And I'm gonna heat this up we're just heating ours up in the microwave. I'm just gonna heat mine up a little more.
You can do it with mine, so.
Probably for like 15 seconds. I already heated mine up, so it's not gonna take as long. It's different for every microwave though. Should be a little better. Then I want to move these out so I don't get anybody else's. Open these up so they're ready for decoration. And consistency is a little better. You can see it's dripping. Want to get some on the paintbrush. Yeah. And so I'm just going to try to drizzle it across like that. And sometimes it's a little more elegant if it's messy. So just kind of go across. You don't want it to be too thick or too hot because you don't want it to melt the shell. And I'll wipe it off on the sides and you can like fix it up. And this is the part where you literally just get creative. There's no specific way to do it. And then you can also just leave it plain like that. But this just makes it a little more fancy. And it's fun to do. Now I'm going to take a little bit of these sugar crystals, and they should stick to the white chocolate right here because it's still melted. And it's going to give it a nice Christmassy look with the red and green colors. How you could see, getting some dye on my fingers from this. Now I'm going to do my red. These ones are a tad thicker, but it's still okay. Just not too much. And I think I'm not going to put any curls on this one. There. There is one finished hot cocoa bomb. And I'm going to put this off to the side so it'll harden. And now all you have to do is repeat the process however you want. Remember, you're just having fun with this. You know, there's no perfect or right way to do it. That one was nice though. It also reminds me of like zebra stripes. So this is going to help your toppings stick on. And you could also do this with the same chocolate, and you don't have to do this white chocolate. And I think I'm just going to do some green. Just green this time.
So what's the next step?
And Talia is also mixing up her chocolate right there. She's using the back, which is also good because you can drip it anyway. But you want it to be able to.
Is that melted enough?
It still needs, I think it might need a little bit. It's not ready enough.
Soren, is your chocolate still melted enough?
Yeah.
I feel like you're kind of taking a long time.
And this is my last one because our molds make 3 each.
And we still have some more in the freezer that we needed. We're double coating them.
Yeah, actually, you should probably get them out of the freezer now. We don't want it to be too cold.
And when you are freezing these after you fill them, you don't want the marshmallows to be frozen. You want the chocolate on the outside to harden. So you want to be really careful with that. Now I think I'm gonna try these chocolate curls. But I'm not gonna drop this. I'm gonna like place it on. They're pretty big, so they might not stick as well. They also look really nice just plain.
What if you made a dark chocolate bottom and a white chocolate top?
That is also something that you can do. I actually have never seen somebody do that. Okay, so these are the 3 I've made right here. And I'm going to take mine out of the freezer that I made earlier. Talia and I have our chocolate. Talia, you want to move yours over here so you don't get it on anyone else's?
The one with chocolate curls looks like it's got horns.
Yeah. Okay, this is what they're going to look like out of the freezer. I can see right there, I have a little gap, I could see the red. So we're going to take some of the chocolate over there and fix that up. And then we're going to stick it back in the freezer.
Could you wait for me to finish this? Because I might, like, if you take more before I
I'm just gonna, you
finish
have
this.
these small paintbrushes over here. I'm going to take it from the side. And the chocolate should harden really fast because
Right,
right
yeah.
here it's pretty frozen.
This is for Jule. It's 11 o'clock. Katya just got up. Maybe an hour ago. Ooh.
Ooh, those are pretty taller.
Is that both?
Small.
Diesel, can you please stop?
Sorry, you have enough.
It's from.
It's okay.
I've barely started.
Okay.
Should probably stop right there because too much might make it kapoosh.
That's a good point, Talia.
I'm stick mine back in the freezer.
What does kapoosh mean?
Well, it seems like you understand that sometimes using too much embellishment is too much. If it's too fancy, then it gets cluttered.
Oh, wait, if the sprinkles.
Just,
Well,
if I could.
that can be the one that you
if I
make
could
for yourself.
reiterate, we probably need to wash some jars or figure out how we're gonna serve these. I know a lot of people, well, like some people in the neighborhood have been doing them, and they have little boxes, almost like miniature cake boxes that they're using. That looks really cool, but you know what would be cool is the Chinese takeout boxes.
It's already started.
Mhm.
It's just gonna do a little kapoosh on there. Whatever that means.
Did you guys wash the back of the paintbrushes?
We washed it all.
So sorry, make sure you turn that whole mold because I can see a lot of points that you missed.
Yeah, I know, right there.
So if you rotate the whole thing around.
Oh, well, I'm gonna finish this one first, then continue.
And then we can get you some more chocolate. Then. I'll scrape some.
I'll heat up some more chocolate.
Not a masterpiece without art.
You're making this worthwhile.
So Abigail, Iona, and wait. Oh yeah, Carissa. And more people. Maybe some of my other friends. Now for the drippy drops. Dunk, dunk, kapoosh.
Okay,
Sometimes too
Katya's
much
popping
just
out her molds right now.
Just clean.
And then we did about a tablespoon. Here's your marshmallows, and I'll heat up the plate for you. Oh, sorry. And we're heating up a hot plate in the microwave so Katya can seal her hot cocoa.
You know what
cups.
might be a good idea is to, before you even start filling up the bottom, do the hot plate treatment on those because I can see there's rough edges. That'll probably give you a better seal.
Yeah, definitely. So
Here, show us the edge that just came out.
it's kind of
A
bumpy.
little bit from the side. Yeah. I think we're gonna try the hot plate on both halves.
And a couple more seconds for the hot. I'm gonna put a mini marshmallow on top. I put
It's
some.
a cliff.
I put some chocolate on a
I
marshmallow.
need just a human on the cliff.
Oh gosh, Tyler. Not cool.
It's a human on the cliff of marshmallows.
Definitely a masterpiece. Yeah.
Yeah.
Read about
Remember
it.
how I
We
was
can do a
saying
little-
sometimes too much is too much?
I
have a
like to do
feeling-
too much.
I have a feeling we got to that point. This might be too much.
You don't want it to collapse.
Her sculpture on top of her cocoa bomb is almost as tall as the cocoa bomb itself. Okay, Katya, your fingers are gonna start melting that chocolate that you're holding.
So we
It's
set
probably
it
best.
down.
In my opinion, the marshmallows could just sit on top because there's a lot of space in the dome.
So if you want, you can put a little bit with this small paintbrush on the edge to help seal it up because there's some leftover melted chocolate.
So all these little chocolate kernels represent the people who are listening to the speech of the person on top of the cliff, which is the cliff of marshmallow because it's actually the marshmallow. And I eat those marshmallows that are cliffs. I eat cliffs.
That one, I think, turned out better than any of the others.
I got my
That was the trick, is doing the bottom first.
second batch out right here, and we're gonna pop them out of the molds, and we'll keep going on the pile. I
You
have.
need to do a second layer.
I already did. So I'm just gonna loosen up the edges a little bit.
I'm just gonna let them cool off so everything doesn't dry immediately. Otherwise it's unfortunate.
Don't melt it too much. We also found if you melt it too much, then
It's gonna be uneven. The top is going to not fit with the bottom.
yeah.
So I'm gonna let that thaw a little bit.
I caught you snacking.
Found something that she likes, that sweet marshmallows.
Don't eat too many, please.
You're not used to getting that many sweets.
So those are banana cream pie to eat.
I'll eat your cream pie.
Me too.
Same here.
Yeah, but Soren already had 2 pieces.
Sorry.
No. I had
3.
no, I had 1.5 times 2, so not 2. No, 1 times 2.
Conchie's got hers
I
nice
just
and
dabbed
full.
some on, it's already frozen. So I
We're
need
gonna
to
let
let
it
it cool
thaw.
down.
You want to let it thaw a little bit before you pop it out.
Wait. This is mine. I can see your teeth.
Wait, don't put it in yet right now because
No, I'm just letting it like melt down a bit because it was like.
I know, but you want to wait to melt it down a little bit before you. I can tell you're gonna want to have yours already filled and put together before you have it melted. Okay, I'm gonna put yours. in the bowl.
It doesn't have to stay together long. Just long enough for them to pick it up and put it in the cup.
Go sit on the pot. Go sit on the pot. I'll make you feel better. The pot makes everyone feel better.
So are you gonna do any decorating?
I will. Okay.
Made my great ankle runner to feel better.
You said your great grandma ankles?
No.
Uncle Bernard or something.
Did someone lick this, Nick?
No, I wiped it on the. Or not as nice as the first one, but it's still good. So, each. We have 24. Most likely. By then it is.
Alright, I think I'm ready to start decorating.
Oh, you had to help me. Well, Soren, you had to put yours in the freezer.
Well, what am I gonna put them in the freezer with? Like in? I have to have
Oh,
something.
you had your mold.
Yeah,
Well, you could go pop yours out.
not yet. I haven't done my second layer.
We have this nice Christmas candle that's burning right now. It smells so good.
Plus, anyways, they're drying. They're almost dry.
So I'm actually gonna try to make Rudolph right now.
Make sure you don't get any rocks.
Here, guys.
How are you gonna make a red nose?
Sprinkles.
Oh.
Oh,
That's so creepy.
no, it's fine.
Chippities.
Just one thing. Your hands.
Doesn't want to stick.
Sorry, you have cover lid. Yeah. If it's making that noise.
I think the bottom plate's off center, maybe. Ooh, I don't like that.
I'm gonna take this because I need to film mine. Whoop. Sorry, you could freeze yours and mine. Hey, so this is mine.
Okay.
I'm gonna need things. Excuse me.
Is 1 minute and 10 seconds too long?
For what?
For now, I'll go.
Here, that.
You need to take it out and stir it,
Yeah.
like, frequently, though.
Mm-hmm. But once you take yours out, I need to put this in.
Alright. Could I use this to stir it? Or should I?
Here, take it out. Oh, that's a lot, Soren. You don't need that much. Look how much. Soren, I only covered the bottom. And mine's gonna be good for all of mine.
Alright.
Yeah.
I mean, I can still take them out. It's probably fine.
Are you gonna make the red sprinkle stick to that?
Oh yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Stuck.
What about white chocolate?
It's not ready.
It's kind of moving around the inside.
Well, and somebody has to move it till it's in the right spot.
I see.
Lucy.
There we go. Fixed it. Watch out behind you, Soren. Okay. So, I want to put your mix in first. Put the mix in, kind of flatten it out a little bit. And then you put the marshmallows on top because you have all that room.
I don't want to be an octopus. I want to be a duck. So I quack, 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 quack. I want to keep on flying. I don't want to be a duck.
There. And put one little one on the top.
So I
With
make
toys.
underwater noises or no noises at all.
Gotta hurry because this is melting fast.
Put it next to you. It needs to be warmed up a lot.
Your plate's only just barely warm.
Doesn't need. Mine don't need that much. Please.
But it's a couple movies from when we went to the golf course and we're throwing the frisbee.
Oh.
It's so pretty there.
Okay, I see.
I see her paintbrush.
I'm not sad that power quit that day.
Really?
No, it's not.
Not really.
I don't think you enjoyed those.
Oh wait, but I'm not sad that the power quit.
So Liesl, I don't know if you knew, but Katya's
I
technique
needed a little more.
was to melt the bottom one.
Mine are actually good, but they're melting really fast. So I need to put mine in the freezer as fast as I can.
Why are they melting?
Mine are a little thinner, and it's warm. See this?
Pretty available right
This
now.
is fast enough to.
What did you need, Alicia?
I'll do it.
I'm pretty hungry. But I get
It's really melting in my fingers, so I'm putting it in there so it can get in the freezer.
I can fix a microwave.
The sides aren't
I
big enough.
don't wanna be an octopus. I don't wanna be a duck, but I wanna be a chicken. So I.
Mama, how many? 1 or 2?
maybe 2. Do we have avocado?
Oh yeah.
And put that in for a
Your
little bit
avocado
longer.
toast? And I only need 1 egg. Yeah, I totally forgot about avocado toast.
It's melting my fingers. I'm gonna have to seal it once I get it in the freezer. Okay. I need someone to open the freezer for me pronto. Those are melting.
Does she eat chocolate marshmallows from hot plates?
Yes. I guess.
Could somebody open the freezer, please? Could
Yeah.
somebody open the freezer? Okay, thank you. So it'll be the.
Gotta turn the burner on right here. Right. Do they have it on medium heat?
I wanna be
Or do I have to have it on medium heat? This one's,
Are you doing something different here, Liesl?
these ones turned out pretty thin and they were melting quickly. So keeping them in the mold while I drizzle them so they won't melt and they're going to keep their shape.
This is a lot thicker than my first one, so I hope it'll work better.
Soren's using the brush that I was using because he just kept getting gaps and it's working pretty well
I
for
have
him.
to do a third round because I still had some gaps.
So it sounds like we're figuring out small brushes are not the way to go.
Yes, this brush seems like it's doing pretty well.
For
The
sealing,
big-
then small
yeah.
brushes, yeah. But to get them in the molds, it's bigger the better.
The big paint brushes that we were using earlier, right here, they don't work that well. They're pretty chunky and they just
They get
stick
clogged,
out
right?
all over the place. Yeah, they get clogged.
And then
They're harder to clean out.
and it seemed like the chocolate was cooling on the bristles and turning it into like just a big block, right?
Yeah, but then I cleaned them off.
Yeah, but was it a problem while you were using it?
A
Yeah.
huge problem.
Okay, so it sounds like that silicone brush is the way to go. Is that what we learned?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Silicone seems to work really well with the chocolate.
The key to chocolate.
Yeah, and maybe a big part of it is that silicone insulates very well, and so it does not cool the chocolate and make it start hardening on the brush.
It's really nice when it's like chocolate and curtains on there. It's really easy to get off.
Okay. Oh, it's already, the silicone's cold, so it's already kind of hardened.
Look at that.
Daddy.
So I'm gonna have to kind of cut it.
Marshmallows and chocolate.
Well, Harmon's doing a little snacking.
We'll just taste this and make sure.
Do you want to try the white chocolate with the marshmallow?
No, thank you.
Has it gotten too cold? Let's see that.
So the white chocolate is actually already hardened because these are so cold, and the silicone mold has really been helping it cool fast. And I think I'm actually just going to leave these plain, how they are. So I'm going to keep all of these in the freezer, especially you don't have to have it like this to have them, and we don't want them to melt. So I'm gonna keep these.
They won't melt if we keep them out.
Yeah.
They won't melt.
I'm gonna leave them all right here.
I think if we put them in the freezer too long,
Yeah,
it will allow
ruin it.
condensation to build up, and it could make the marshmallow turn funky, and the hot cocoa could stick together in a big clump.
So I'm just gonna leave them all in this mold in a way to store them, and we'll be able to pop them out. And it keeps all the ones I made together. There we go. I'm done.
All right. Are we gonna test any of them?
Most likely.
Oh my god, this is amazing.
What are we doing?
Leftovers.
So yeah, I've popped my second batch out of the freezer. Now I'm gonna peel it out. This is my first batch. And the marshmallow cliff will be the taste test. Not for me though. Never for me. Taking it out of the molds.
As you can see right here, I finished all mine, and I have them all stored in the silicone mold so they can see together.
This one is a lot thinner than the last time, so that kind of troubles me.
Alright. It's a little thin.
Mine was also thinner.
You see the light shining through it.
Right here, you can see some of my fingerprints down there. It started melting immediately in my hands. It's a lot thinner. And I think that we used the chocolate so fast. We just had a thinner coat or something. Here's all Soren's. Looks really, I like the crisscross, really
I'm
cool.
going to put these in the freezer for a little bit more
Can I have the red
because
sprinkles, please?
when I sealed it, it didn't
Where's the red sprinkles?
Never mind.
dry all the way because
The
it didn't
green.
go in the freezer.
Yeah, here's the green.
In the freezer, it's gonna go.
Darn it, this one is really thin.
Just don't leave it in the freezer for too long, sorry.
No, I just need to do it.
You don't want
right
to
now.
ruin some marshmallows.
Thank you.
Just peeling.
Sprinkles are kind of like glitter.
That one is like sugar crystals.
So I'm gonna say like in 5 minutes I'm gonna get my things out.
Looks like a chicken.
I've never really
So it's
heated
turning into
it
Santa
before.
Claus?
That's new for me.
I've done it to make special.
This stuff is hardening.
It's
Is it okay
hard.
to heat up the lactose-free milk?
The microwave.
Yeah.
So we're getting ready to actually drink some now to test them out. So
Wait, I got the cover on.
throwing a little milk in there.
Okay.
Let's do maybe a minute.
Might need a little bit more.
You can do it. You can do more. It's really big. Actually, you can do 2 minutes.
So here, these are the containers that we are putting our bombs in. What we're going to do, you're going to take it and put it in, then you pour the hot milk over it. So what we have right here is actually smaller than what we've seen online. So these should melt faster, and we're going to try them out. We'll see how well they work.
Okay, so let's stir it up a little bit.
Are there any syringes?
Hoping for 120 degrees.
Ooh, over.
Okay, cool. And move it. Can you do it Celsius? Push the button right on there.
Okay, let's see.
Okay. Yeah, so about 50 degrees Celsius. That's a good temp. That should be enough to
Okay.
not burn our mouths, but to still melt the chocolate.
Grab your bomb, Soren.
You ready?
3, 2, conditions.
So, put yours in the bottom. Mine fits perfectly. Might even just want to drop
Yeah,
it.
don't
Don't
drop.
drop it. Be like,
There we go.
There it is, and there's Liesel, so we'll do one at a time. Go ahead.
watch out. You can see it melting away.
We should do a little bit more.
There you go.
Oh.
You see it melting.
Boom, look at the marshmallows. Boom.
Take yours. Then you can see there's a little bit of the.
And you definitely
powder.
need more milk than that, Liesel.
Oh yeah, Soren, you want to pour a little more?
Pour more milk
wine,
in there
please?
first.
That's good.
All right.
All right, can you get me a spoon, Liesel?
So like you grab a spoon, I'm sorry. That should be good. That's good. You can see it's melting. I think. There you go. Look at that. Needs a little bit of a nudge for Soren's because his was thicker.
Yep, stir it up. And it's probably going to take a lot of stirring because the
Chocolate needs to melt.
the chocolate from the mold will be gooey but not dissolved. So it will take a lot of stirring to dissolve it. So Liesel, you want to see if there's any that's stuck on the bottom?
Not, mine's pretty good. I don't really see anything on the bottom.
Oh, I'm sorry, try it again. My camera is off. Okay, I still see some chunks, but I think that's going to be the fun of this kind of hot chocolate, is that it will probably have some chunks in there.
I'm gonna try it.
All right, me too.
That is really good.
Whoa, that's amazing.
It's a lot better than normal.
That could definitely be like my favorite hot chocolate right here.
We need to make more of these.
All right, so you guys want to all come together and say Merry Christmas to Jule?
Yeah.
And everybody come together.
Toya, got to.
I'm recording right now, so just come together and just talk to her.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Jule.
We wish
Hope
you
you
were
feel
here.
better.
Best wishes.
Have a good Christmas, and we hope you get some fun presents.